Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to use OmniSEO bot detection feature, how to add websites, define redirect behavior for bots and humans, and also how to integrate the detection API with your custom website or CMS system such as WordPress. Let's get started. As a first step, we're going to sign in, and then let's have a look at the menu on the left and locate bot detection, and let's click on it. On the bot detection page, we can see an empty list. That's empty because we haven't added any pages yet. Let's do that now. To add a page, I'm going to click on Create New button, and this should open Create Domain Behavior pop-up. Now, because what I want to do is to add a default behavior for the entire website, I'm going to leave entire domain option selected as it is. In the domain text input, I'm going to provide an example domain name. Then for the protocol, I'm going to select HTTPS, since I have an SSL certificate installed on this example page. Okay, now the most important part, the behavior itself. So here I have two toggles that I can use to define the default behavior of my example website for bots and for humans. Let's switch it on for humans so I can visually demonstrate how it works in our browser. Once toggle is on, two additional options show up. The first one is redirect type. This is just the redirection status code that the website is going to respond with. And target URL is where we'd like to redirect any human user. I guess maybe let's redirect them back to Google page with the search results for the phrase electric shutters. And for the redirect type, maybe let's go for 302 found. And finally, we can click on the add behavior button to add the default redirect rule. And that takes us back to the bot detection page where we can immediately see our new behavior on the list. Now, in order for the redirect to work, we're going to need to integrate our website with bot detection API. And how to integrate it can be found by clicking on how to use the API button. So I'm just going to click on it, and that should take me to this page where we are presented with all of the instructions for different programming languages and server configurations. And now, because my website is hosted on WordPress, I'm going to click on this section over here. And that gives me the code that needs to be copy-pasted into my WordPress index.php file. But don't worry, you don't have to go to the server and manually edit index.php there. I'm going to show you how you can do that with a WordPress plugin. So what I'm going to do now is to log into my page admin panel. So let's open a new tab in the browser. And I'm going to go to /wp admin and login. And this is my example page dashboard. Now let's verify if we have the plugin that allows us to edit index.php file from here, from this admin panel. So what I'm going to do is to click on plugins. And I'm going to search for an installed plugin that's called head, footer, and post injections. And I have it installed and enabled on my WordPress. However, if you don't have this plugin installed, what you're going to have to do is to copy this from here, then scroll to the top, go to add new, and paste it into this text box search plugins. Press enter. And this is the plugin that you need to install, right? And now once you install this plugin, you should be able to go to the settings from the menu on the left to header and footer. This should appear in there once the plugin is installed and activated. So I'm just gonna click on it. And then in the very first text area, head page section injection, I'm going to copy paste the code from how to use the API page. So make sure again, this is the section from where you're doing the copy paste. And I'm just gonna copy this entire code and paste it right there, making sure I have this PHP opening bracket. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and click on a save button over there. And this should finish the integration with bot detection API. Now we can check if the behavior that we defined works on our website. So what I'm gonna do is to visit the homepage of this example website. So I'm just gonna open a new tab in my browser and just paste this link to the homepage and press enter. And what I see immediately is the results for electric shutters phrase, right? And that means our rule, a default domain behavior for this aluminum example website is in place and it is working. Now let me demonstrate how to define behavior for a specific page instead of entire domain. Maybe let's start from switching off the default behavior for my example website. So I'm gonna click on the edit button and I'm going to switch off redirect humans and then click on update behavior. Okay, so as we can see, there are no redirects anymore on this website. Let's check if this change took place. So what I'm gonna do is to go back to the admin panel page to copy the address to the home page. And now I'm gonna open a new incognito window to make sure we can see this page now instead of getting the redirect. The reason I did it with incognito mode instead of checking it within the same browser session is the browser cache. Okay, and now since we have this page opened in the browser, let's pick a sub-page that we would like to define a specific domain behavior for, right? The one sub-page that we want to set up a redirect for, okay? And I guess maybe let's go for this one. So I'm gonna click on this link and then copy the URL path. So it starts from the /. And now I'm gonna go back to OmniSEO and let's create a new domain behavior for this specific subpage. So I'm going to click on create new button. Then this time, let's select specific domain URL. In the domain field, let's just start typing the domain name. So it's this one. I'm gonna click on it. And here I'm going to paste that path that I copied from that website. Okay, and for the behavior, we're going to switch on redirect humans. Let's select 302 found for the redirect type. And for the target URL, maybe let's go for something similar to what we've got before. But maybe this time, let's use electric blinds. And let's click on Add Behavior to create a specific domain behavior for this path only. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to the incognito mode. And if this subpage doesn't use a WordPress cache plugin, we should get the redirect right now. Let's refresh the page to find out. Okay, we didn't get a redirect, and that means there must be a cache somewhere that we have to clear. Let's go back to the WordPress admin panel. And there is a plugin that this particular page uses called NitroPack. So I'm gonna have to go to the plugins and let's find that one plugin that is responsible for caching. It is this one. I'm just gonna go to settings and then I'm gonna click on purge cache. Okay, so I removed all of the cache and now I can go back to the incognito mode, and when I hit the refresh, I should be immediately redirected to electric blinds. And that happened. So one important thing to note is to always check for the cache plugins in your WordPress installation after a change of a domain behavior. And finally, let's confirm that we don't get a redirect when we visit the home page of my example website. And there we go, we can see this page. We can click on a different URLs and we don't get any redirects unless that link is this one with the domain behavior. So let's try again. And we just got redirected. So only this particular URL has a domain behavior set. And now before we finish, just quickly, I would like to mention these two extra features, import and export CSV. They essentially allow you to import multiple domain behaviors at once. What I suggest doing is to add a few behaviors for the entire domain and for specific URLs, then exporting them as a CSV, opening that file with Excel, so you can see what columns have to be specified for the import of multiple rules, multiple pages, domain behaviors. And this concludes this video tutorial. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in finding out more about OmniSEO features, I recommend watching video tutorials about Google indexing and cloud staking.